Hey everyone, it's Melissa from Be in the Bear Backyard Homestead here in the Central Valley of California, Zone 9B. And happy Friday! And happy last day of school if it's last day of school for you or your kids. Just happy last day. It's my kids' last day. I just dropped them off. We went and had Starbucks for breakfast. That's something they don't get to have very often, so it's a special treat. So, anyways, it's time for our June full garden tour here in the backyard. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. If you can hear in the background, morning announcements over at the elementary school. My kids go to the schools right across the street, the high school and the elementary school. So you'll hear a lot of noise. Plus, my neighbors are getting some work done because their daughter just graduated last night, and I think they're having a party for her this weekend. So they're just getting their backyard touched up and everything for the party. So if there's lots of noise and weird sounds, also the dogs are eating their food, so that's weird too. Anyways, so if there's lots of weird noises, I'm sorry. That's just what happens when you live in the city and you have a backyard homestead. So anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna say hi. This is Chocolate Chip, or the Chipper as we call her, or Miss Chip, or Chicken Little. She's our only chicken that we have right now. We might get some more soon. All right, so we're gonna start here in the cactus garden area. As you can see, cactuses are doing good. They've lost their flowers. They flowered, they fell off, and now they're just growing bigger. And it needs to be weeded again. I keep weeding in here, weeds come back. Story of my life. Over here, the corn is getting really tall and it's looking really good. Like every time I come out here every day, it's like bigger than it was. And then as you can see, pumpkins are coming. And let's see if we can find, and the beans are coming. This is black beans over here, and this is the pumpkins. Oh, look at this black bean, it's getting really big. Doing good. More pumpkins back there. These are doing good, getting bigger. We have more beans and pumpkins, and then my chard is getting taken out over here by the weeds, but it's doing good too. I just cut it and it grows back. More corn back there, pumpkins, nettle, and then I have some turnips left over from the winter when I winter sowed turnips. So there's going to be some more turnips. So that's pretty cool. Turnips or rutabagas, one of the two. I planted both. I'm letting this artichoke go to flower because I kind of just want to see what it looks like. More sunflowers, more beans and pumpkins, and there's also some gourd. What is it called? The birdhouse gourd. I planted some birdhouse gourds in here as well. More corn, more squash. There's acorn squash and butternut squash over here, and then pinto beans mixed in here with the sunflowers and the corn. I have more small calendula coming up. I don't even plant it, it just reseeds itself. And then over here we got the nasturtiums. Oh, and I need to pick this. I know that this lamb's quarter that you can eat it, but it's so evasive and like its roots get so deep, it's hard to pull out. So I just pull it out when it's small because I don't like it. I know you can eat it and it's good, but no. So here's all my bachelor buttons, more sunny sunflowers. That one's open. And then there's something new in here. That's not new. Here's the milkweed. It's getting bigger every day too. But we have yarrow coming up, so that's pretty cool. And then also I planted an elderberry. So M.I. Gardner, if you haven't heard of M.I. Gardner, was having a sale. And so I went ahead and bought 2 elderberry plants from him and planted them, and we're getting some leaves, so it's doing well. And my chamomile is starting to die back. It's gonna get a little too hot for it, so anyways, so more sunny sunflowers. Whoops, sorry about that. And more bachelor buttons. I really like this one. I think this is neat with the white and then the purple centers. That one's really cool. I mean, they're all cool, but that one's really cool. All right, over here is more calendula starting to die back, and my lavender, which I'm super excited about. It's doing really good. The alyssum is trying. More lavender back here. And then we'll come back. There's a little palm tree, just random coming up. I am not a big fan of palm trees. I know I live in California where they are abundant, but they're not my favorite. And then here is the other elderberry. It's really leafing out and doing good. So I'm excited to see how those do. Hopefully we'll have a good harvest from those in the years to come. All right, we're coming over. Here is the raspberry that I propagated and the blackberry that I propagated. They're doing good, getting big. Here is my Granny Smith. No apples on the Granny Smith, but it's doing good, and it's got some sunflowers around it, and it also has the amaranth. And I don't plant amaranth anymore. I planted it once and it comes back every year. And this is called Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. Over here is another sunflower that's hiding my other blueberry. I should probably pull this one out. I've pulled out a bunch of other sunflowers. Like, I didn't plant any of these sunflowers, they just came up. Totally random. Here's my blackberry bush that I got this year, and it's got some blackberries on it. We're actually gonna go blackberry picking at a local farm here where we live, and we're gonna get some blackberries this weekend. This is their first weekend open. Here's our ghost apple. As you can see, this one's really big. But they're doing good. They should be ready to harvest by the end of the month, because they ripen and are ready for harvest at the end of June. This one on the broken branch is still doing good, still growing. Here is our Cadota fig, and as you can see, it's got lots of figs on it. It's getting big. Here is the first raspberry that I propagated. It's getting really big too, doing well. And then here is my raspberry bush. This is the one that I planted last year. It's looking really good. We'll come back to it. Here is our tiger stripe fig. As you can see, it's got little figs on it. It's doing really good. This is John's favorite, so he's really excited about that. And then we'll come back over here to the raspberry, and look, there's raspberries. See, look at all those raspberries. I'm gonna have to pick those before I go inside. I've been picking them every day, but I didn't pick these yesterday because I wanted you guys to see them too. But I'll pick them before I go inside. Here is our other blueberry. This is the pink lemonade, and it does have some blueberries on it. Not too many. I'm hoping to get some more blueberry bushes maybe next year, and fill out the back fence over there with more blueberry bushes, but we'll see. Here is our guava, and John pruned it, and it's seemed to really like the pruning, and so it's getting its leaves. Hopefully we'll get some fruit starting soon. I don't see any blossoms yet, but the leaves are still pretty small, so hopefully soon. Here's our blackberry that came back. You know, the dogs had chewed it back last year, and it's just doing really well. No blossoms, but maybe next year. And then here is the, oh goodness, borage that reseeded over here. I never planted it on this side, only in the main garden one time, and it comes back every year. And then here's some more amaranth. So you can see, that's more of that Love Lies Bleeding, which is kind of a sad name, but kind of cool too. So, all right, we'll go on to the trees. All right, so here is one of the cherry trees. There's no more cherries on it. That season is over, but it is growing taller and looking really good. Here is our crazy plum tree. It is just overloaded, and but the plums are looking good. They're growing. Maybe this one doesn't look so good, but these ones are looking really good. So hopefully we'll get some plums. Achoo! Excuse me, goodness. All right, now we're gonna go through the jungle. That is the plum tree, and come out over here where the mission fig is. And look at all these figs. There's just so many figs. It's crazy. I'm so excited for pigs, and I hope that they ripen soon. These ones will turn purple, or a purple color, when they're ready to be picked. So anyways, as you can see, there's more raspberries over here on the raspberry bush. The dogs like to eat the raspberries too. I've noticed them chewing some off. All right, let's go around this crazy fig tree. Look at all those figs. Amazing. So excited. Okay, so now we're coming over here to our mandarin, and there's lots of mandarins on it. And if you followed last year, we were really excited to have fruit for the first time last year, and it looks like we're gonna have like twice the fruit if all these stay on and mature. So that will be wonderful. Here's our sad blood orange. I don't know, John's talking about pulling this out because he just is like, it's not doing well. Maybe we need to get a new one. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. We've had issues like with, there's new growth on it though. See those little leaves? There's new growth. So maybe it's coming back. We had the same problem with our lemon tree, and you'll see here soon that the lemon tree is doing really well. Here's our lime tree. Here's the big lime. It's doing good. Here's some more limes. Sorry for my shadow. There's a lime there, another lime over there. Oh, there's some big ones. Look at those limes. So that's pretty exciting. We use a ton of limes in our house, so that's really exciting times. Here is our grapefruit. They're doing good, getting big. We only got 2 from this tree last year, so I'm hoping that these will mature and we'll have way more than 2. So that's pretty cool. Here's another one right here. All right, here is the lemon. Look at all those lemons. I really hope that they mature and that we get to enjoy these. Last year we had a few lemons, but it had a really hard time, and it's like excelling, doing really well this year. So hopefully these will all mature and we'll have plenty of lemons for the year. Look at all those lemons. I don't know if you could see that. Look at those over there. Lots of lemons. That's exciting. Here we have the pomegranate tree. Lots of pomegranates. I'm really hoping for this bug to not be on here and to get off of there. Anyways, I'm hoping for a good pomegranate harvest this year. And I hope that they taste good and that the tree has matured enough. It's crazy and it's loaded, and there's still quite a few blossoms on here. So hopefully we get a good pomegranate harvest this year. We love pomegranates. Over here is our candy heart plum, and as you can see, I've counted about 12 that are still on here. As I said in the last video, in the last update, that this tree was the first to blossom, and then we had a really late frost, and so a lot of the blossoms fell off. So we lost a lot of fruit, but we still have some, and I think that this fruit is going to be really good. It's getting close. These are kind of a pink variety of plum, and they look like little hearts. Sorry, I'm trying not to trip over the chicken right now. And then here is our other cherry tree, and it's doing really good, getting taller. So now it's time for the main garden. All right, so now we're here in the main garden, and I just planted this, oh gosh, was it last week or the week before last, with melons. So these are Kajari melons right here, and I'm hoping that they'll just grow over the side. These are cantaloupe, and I spilt the seeds, so that's why there's like random seeds in here. Over here is the orange, or no, these are the regular watermelon seeds, and these were older seeds, so I wasn't sure if they were going to germinate or not, but they did. So these are just the regular watermelon, you know, red watermelon insides. Over here, these are the desert orange watermelon, so the meat on the inside is orange. And then here's the beet. I left it in here because I wanted to pull it out with you guys, but look, just a random beet. And it's looking good. Look at that. That's a pretty good sized beet. I'm happy about that. I did plant this with beets and radishes way back in like February or March, and this is the only beet I got. I did get some radishes, and then I planted it with lettuce, and none of it came up, but I think there's like little, I don't know if those are weeds or if that's lettuces. I guess we'll kind of wait and see as they get bigger. And then this is parslin, and this just grows wild here. I'm actually going to pick it and keep it because it's actually really good for you, very healthy. There's also some sunflowers in here that I planted. And some weeds, so I have to pull the weeds out, but yay for this beet. You can see my asparagus plants are getting big. These are the crowns in here, and then I need to cut this, whatever this is, back. It's just growing everywhere. Here's the sunflower. Here's my strawberries. There's no strawberries on them because this sage, I need to cut it and dry it because the sage is like out of control. Some more sunflowers. Here is our Thompson grapes, and no grapes this year, but I heard that they take a couple years, and we planted these last year, so maybe next year or the year after that we'll have some grapes. Sunflowers. My tomatoes. Sorry, my shadow's in here. My tomatoes are having a hard time back here because they're in the sun. Hopefully, like, there's lots of blossoms, but we did have some warm temperatures, and tomatoes really struggle with 90-degree temperatures, and we were all the way up to like 97 on Sunday. So they're really struggling, and I'm hoping, we're supposed to have some cooler days, I'm hoping I can get some tomatoes started going. That's why I planted these sunflowers, to kind of shade the tomatoes. My tomatoes in the front are doing pretty good, but these tomatoes, not so much. The oregano and the pots are looking good, spreading out. And then my peppers, yeah, they're having a hard time. I have a lot of grass in here. I know, I need to pull it out. Here's my basil. More peppers. There's an actual pepper on this one. This is one of the Fresno State peppers. More borage over here. And another pepper plant in there in the sea of weeds. More tomatoes. Hopefully we'll get some tomatoes. I don't know. More sunflowers. This one's really tall. Look at that. See the tomatoes? They're just struggling. Hopefully we'll get some tomatoes. I'd hate to not have any, but as you can see, look, they're just drying up, and then you can just like hit them off, like they're just falling off. So I don't know. This is year number 2 of tomato issues. Here's my parsley and my basil, looking good. Another sunflower. I did not plant, well, I planted these sunflowers, but a lot of these sunflowers I didn't plant, they just came up. More pepper plants. This one right here is one that I grew from seed. The rest of these I bought. Here is my poblano. It's looking good. It's got some little peppers on it. Here's another one of my Basils, I need to pull that off. I don't want it to go to seed already. I want it to grow. My squash, this is the zucchini, and I do have one that hopefully will turn into zucchini. I've been having a hard time with the squash again. I don't know, we'll see. I've fertilized and I don't know. More sunflowers. If you have any suggestions for pepper, or not for peppers, for squash, let me know. Usually that's like the easiest one to grow, but for some reason these last few years I haven't been able to. Oregano spreading out, doing good. Here's the nasturtium flower. More nasturtiums, more squash. I have lots of flowers on the squash, but I don't know. Here's my beans. There's little tiny beans on there. They're doing good. Getting bigger. Hopefully the heat stays away. We're only supposed to get into the 90s next week. Just hoping. Man, these peas over here have been like prolific. Lots of peas. These purple ones are just beautiful. Oh look, there's two right there. They're doing good. They're starting to dry a little bit, so it might be getting too warm. But, and as you can see, the cucumbers are spreading. Here is my Malabar spinach, one of them. It's climbing. It's getting bigger. That's supposed to be good in the heat. We'll see. Here's another. This is one of my pickling cucumbers. Hopefully. All right, so Madison called me, so I got caught up there for a minute, but here's my other Malabar spinach. It's growing, so hopefully it'll like the heat and keep growing. Here's some more peas, cucumbers. These are the pickling ones, like I said. Hopefully we'll get some before it gets too hot. Here is my other huge sunflower, and here is one of my Thompson, somewhere in there under the sunflowers. And then here's the other one. This one's small, but it's still growing. It's bigger than it was. Here are my slicing cucumbers, the Armenian and the straight 8. And here is another beautiful nasturtium. And there's another one down here. So as you can see, they're getting big. Hopefully we'll start getting some cucumbers. Please. Here's another beautiful nasturtium. Lots of grass. I don't see any cucumbers in here. But lots of flowers, so hopefully we'll get some soon. Here's some more peas. Lots of peas. We're doing good on the peas this year. I'm happy about that. So anyways, that's our June garden going on here at the beginning of June. And if there's any updates on the tomatoes, I'll be doing a front yard garden tour probably sometime this weekend. There's just a lot going on in the front yard right now with everything, and it's been crazy days with graduations and stuff going on. So anyways, I hope that you have a fabulous weekend. I hope you get to do something fun and make sure to plant something cool. And it says, stay cool and have fun, and happy June. Bye guys.